Hi everyone, this is Rosa Kelly and today I'm here with a very special project. So this is a junk journal that I did for a swap with the very talented Rina Myers, and I was so happy when she asked me to do a swap. I absolutely admire her. I love her style. I adore all her albums and journals, so I'm very happy to do this swap with you, Rina. Thank you so much. So what I did is a Parisian theme junk journal, and I fell in love with this fabric the minute I saw it. I knew already what I wanted to do with this, and it's just so gorgeous. This is probably the most beautiful journal, I mean, by far, I think the most beautiful journal I've ever made. I put a lot of love and dedication to this journal, and I really hope that you like it, Rina, as much as I do. I absolutely really like how it came out. So as you can see, I have a lot of different laces and trims and all kinds of goodies, and I made also this little envelope using a vintage writing paper. So I just stitch around, and I use this beautiful image from the collection that I'm using. The collection is the Paris flea market from Peon Designs, and this is a collection that I love, and I've been saving it for the longest time. So I really wanted to make something beautiful for you, Rina. So I think that's a beautiful collection. So I also made these raffles myself using some pink fabric, also some black fabric. So I just made this into like an envelope, and then I made this little just little tag from the collection as well, to add a little note for her, which I will do after I record this video. And this flower here is from my stash. I think it's from Recollections, if I remember correctly. Okay, so now back to the journal. So this is a fabric that I found at Joann's some time ago, and like I said, I absolutely love it, and I knew already I wanted to make a journal with that, so I never had the chance to. And Rina mentioned she wanted a shabby journal, so I think this fabric, it's very shabby, very Parisian, and very like, I don't know, very like uptown fashion, I think. I love it. So it's like a canvas material. So I stitch all around it, and I stitch on the back as well. Isn't this just gorgeous? The fabric is absolutely beautiful. Okay, so I did add a closure because it started getting pretty chunky. So this is just a lace, kind of like a peachy pink tulle lace ribbon. I don't know how to call it. So now let me just share with you how it looks from the side, because I just love it. I love how this looks. So I did a lot of stitching, and I tried new techniques on this album, as I mentioned, as for example these little ruffles that I've never done before. So I was really happy how these ruffles came to be. Now I did some book page pockets, as I did on a tutorial not too long ago. So I did added a lot of these pockets throughout, and I stitched everything on black because I wanted the main colors for the journal to be black and pink. This beautiful cameo piece was a happy mail from my dear friend Sandy Nagel, so thank you, Sandy. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it goes really pretty with this journal, I think. This is another one of those raffles that I did. And then, so this is a double pocket, and I used the images from the beautiful collection, and I stitch around to make these little places where she can journal on the back here. So I really like how that came out, and it also looks like the little girls are kind of, I don't know, talking to each other. So this is an image from the beautiful collection. Like I said, this, I think it's called Paris Flea Market. I had it on my stash for a couple of years, so I don't know if it's still available. So over here I have a flower trim, a pink flower with some pearls. really pretty. So that's just the back. I left this here because I think that she could put either a picture or add some journaling in there. I did a lot of stitching, so here I try a new technique where I just stitch straight and then did this little zigzag. It's a new technique for me. I know it's been probably done a million times before. So all the paper was tea dyed, and these are some scraps of the fabric that I use on the cover that I really like, so I stitched them to embellish the journal. This is the paper. All the paper is from the same collection. I didn't add any paper from anywhere else, so just love how it looks. I did a lot of stencil work also, and I used the Tim Holtz, I think it's called Red Velvet, but there was a little bit of yellow on my brush, and so I really like the combination of the red and the yellow, so I love that. So this is just the Eiffel Tower sticker that I had on my stash, and I think it looks really nice, and it's three-dimensional. Then I wanted to add this, I think this is a very elegant trim, and it also looks kind of like a French ruffle kind of thing, so I loved it. And then this is some vintage music paper from a book that I got at a thrift store, and I stitched just the top to give it a little I don't know, decoration, more tea-dye paper. So I love to journal. I journal almost every night, and I will journal these two sides on one sitting. So I don't know if Rina will be journaling or collaging, but I did wanted to include a lot of room for her to journal, and then on this heavy cardstock she can probably do some collage. Now I created a lot of tags, so I think I spent one whole day just doing tags and creating different pretty things to add in the journal. Like I said, trying to add something new. So I really love how this tag came out. So it is a beautiful lace here from my stash, and I stitched all around. So I created this little pocket and some of the tags from the collection as well. And then on the back she can probably add a picture or some journal. And then I wanted to add this long eyelash trim so it could show on the top of the journal. As you can see, I think it looks really pretty from the top when you can see all that eyelash trim hanging. I stitched this pocket in here, and this is another one of these little ruffles that I did, so I just glue this on the flap. And so that goes in there. This is another one of these pockets that I created using some book pages. So this is just one long pocket. So here is a tag that I created, that I made using the scraps from the collection, like the scrap from this page, I think. Yeah. And then so I just ink all around and added the eyelash trim on the top. And then I stitch the pocket around, and then I use some of the fabric, the same fabric as in the cover, and some pretty laces to embellish this pocket. Room for journaling. And then again I wanted to add a lot of little details with the stitching and the fabric tabs, so you can see. I just love how, I think this is my favorite view of the journal. Of course I love the fabric, but I love the combination of different textures and fabric and laces. It just looks so delicious. Okay, so over here it is an envelope that I also tea dyed. No, I think the envelopes were coffee dyed. So I added a little tag from, this is like a little postcard from the collection as well. Now this envelope closes up with magnets, so there's a magnet here and here as well, so it will stay closed. I made some pockets using this pretty lace and just a simple tag from the scraps from the collection. Added a flower and just stitch on the side. Now this trim I also love because it kind of looks like a French trim, so I thought it was really appropriate for this journal. I've used different types of paper punches throughout as well, like that one. Just love the Eiffel Tower from the collection. Some stencil, more of the music paper. Now this journal has 3 signatures. So over here I have this other fabric that has a lot of Paris theme to it, and I love the pink and black color again. So I stitch on the side, and this flips to the side, so you can add some secret journaling in here. And then some little different appliques and a different type of paper punch. Like I said, I had fun playing with my paper punches. Room for journal. You always want a little room for journal. Or she can decorate if she likes. Different trim over here. This paper is just so pretty and so shabby. And it's kind of muted too, so it's really cute. She can journal or collage on top of that. Same thing here. Just love it. So romantic. So romantic. So over here again, different stitches, different pull tabs. So I created this little paper bag. Now I did tea dye the paper bag, and I wanted to do like a bookmark so she can, you know, like keep track of where she's at. But I wanted the bookmark to, well, first I created the bookmark but then I wanted something to make it a little bit more interesting, so that's why I use the paper bag. So I collage book pages and stitch all around it to kind of close up the paper bag so it won't, you know, like expand too much, and added that raffle that I made. And on the other side, you see the stitches, and I added this pretty lace, and then I used another one of the tags from the collection, and then just added some of the leftover trim from the closure. And I think it just kind of all, you know, like it works all together. And here's a little bookmark, but this whole thing could be a bookmark. Some more pages. I made this pocket, added some ruffles, and then I need another one of these tags that I stitched all around and made these little pockets. More of the fabric from the cover. I'm gonna try to go a little bit faster. Just love the detail on this paper. It's so pretty. More of the pretty beaded trim. Another envelope. Now this one I just added a circle as a closure, and I have stitched around this other postcard as well. I just wanted to add a lot of the black touches to the journal, because everything is really pink and very light, so I wanted to add the black stitching to make everything go together. This is just a collage that I did using some lace and a trim, so this is not a pocket or anything, it's just for embellishment. Here's another piece of that pretty fabric that I liked, and again it opens up to the side for some secret journaling. More places to journal. Now I made this little, I don't know what to call this, but like I said, I journal a lot. So on pages like this that we have a lot of different elements, and then you try to journal on this page, it's a little bit difficult. So I usually just grab any type of cardstock and put it on the back and journal, but I wanted to kind of use the same concept and make it a little bit prettier. So I use another piece paper from the collection as well, and then I have heavyweight cardstock in between the design paper and the coffee dye or the tea dye paper, so it is very sturdy, so she can put it on the back of any of the pages and just journal here. And then she can also use this to journal. So I don't know what to call these. I'm sure I've seen it before somewhere. Here's another one of those double pockets. And then I just added some eyelash trim and just inked all around. And same thing here. I used a little bit of the fabric to make it all go together, and then I just stitch to join them together. So I barely use any glue because everything has been stitched together. So more stencil work, the music paper, lots of room to journal, the beautiful paper collection, and some more trim. I stitch one of the ladies here as well. You can journal over there. And so yeah, so this journal was really fun to make, and I just kept adding little things here and there, and I really love how it turned out. So I stitched these little pull tabs as well. I love this page. More trim. Another little envelope, and I just added some more pieces of fabric, and I created this other little journaling area using some of the images from this is like a scrap piece, and this is one of the cut out parts from the collection. So everything kind of goes together. I just did a little collage there as well. Another double pocket using some book pages, and then I just added some flowers. So this you can take out so you can journal a little bit easy. I try to make all the pieces that are bulky like this removable, so it's easier to journal on here. So on this one, I think I ran out of the for some reason my stitch cut out, so it just kind of stitched on the top. But I wanted to include it anyway. So here another pocket, and again I stitched all around. I added some lace and a flower, and it is like a little postcard as well, so that just goes right in there. Another type of the paper punch. Here I just added some of that appliques, and then so yeah, so lots of room for journal, and more of that ruffle that I made. I was so happy when I made this because I've never done a ruffle before, and it was so a little bit time consuming because I go really slow, and then I fold, and then I go again, and I fold. You know what I mean? But I was really happy with the results. So finally here, another one of those tea-dye paper bags, and then I just stitch all around this beautiful girl, and just use the pocket that's already on the paper bag, and then added another long tag for journaling, and I love how the trim looks on the top like so. So this is my journal for you, Rina. I really hope that you like it, and I really had a lot of fun creating this one, and like I said, it is my most favorite journal so far. I just love it so much, and I hope that you love it as well. And I want to thank everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.